Hey y'all, I'm going to attempt to teach you how to do color changes in Tunisian crochet using the Tunisian simple stitch. I'm hoping again to attempt because this is my first time ever teaching anyone anything, so please bear with me. I'm going to attempt to simplify what they mean when I'm sure you've heard the term lock it in or lock the color in. I know I've heard that a lot on YouTube videos. Um, there's two ways to do this. The first is using the bobbins. And with the bobbins, you're going to add a new piece of yarn for each section of color. And then the second one is carrying the yarn back and forth all the way through. So let's get started. Okay, I went ahead and I chained 16 for my foundation chain, and then I did just one row of the Tunisian simple stitch. I'm going to be doing this in groups of 4, and I'll show you each color change 3 different times. So hopefully by the end of this video, you guys will get the hang of it. This is going to be kind of long and very detail oriented, so I hope I don't bore you to death or annoy you with my talking. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add 3 more loops onto my hook. I recommend, if you do not know how to do Tunisian crochet yet, that you go ahead and watch some videos or learn that. I'm not going to attempt to teach anyone how to do the Tunisian crochet, but the color changes I'm attempting. So a lot of people use Tunisian crochet when they're graphing, and so I'm going to assume that that's what most of you are watching this for. So in your graph, you know that each box is a stitch. So if we're reading a graph right now and it says, you know, the first 4 blocks are going to be white, and then your 5th stitch starts your color change. So we're going to go under that bar, and we are going to, when you do a color change, you're going to drop your working yarn. You just drop it. Move it to the side out of the way so it doesn't get tangled up. It just hangs out there. We don't touch it until the pass back. So we are going to be using this bright pink color to help differentiate the stitches and the yarn when you're doing the color change. Also, a lot of people I've seen do a slip stitch when they're changing colors. I normally don't, but for this tutorial, to make it easier, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So again, we're going to go under this bar right here, and we're going to loop it on there, and then pull through that loop. So again, this working yarn's over here, ignore it. And then you're going to pull that tight, not too tight because you don't want that knot to pop through here. If it does, usually when you build up your stitches, it'll get hidden back behind there. So we're going to add 3 more of the pink onto our hook. And then we're going to, again, like before, we're going to drop it. It goes over there with the white one. It just hangs out there. See, this is the back. I've got my 2 right here. We're just going to leave those alone. And then we're going to go back to white. Again, you're going to go under that bar. And then you're going to pull up 3 more of the white. Okay. And again, just like the 2 before, we get to our color change, we're just going to drop it. It just hangs out back there. And then we're going to add our last pink. and then finish in our last stitch under these 2 bars. And you want to make sure that you get the 2 bars on there because you'll get a woppy edge. Okay, we've got all 16 loops on our hook. So we're going to go ahead and do the pass back. So we're going to pull through our 1 on our edge, and then we're going to pull through 2 until we get to this stitch here. Pull through 2, pull through 2, and then pull through 2. And this is the key on your color change. This is how you know when it's time to change colors, is if you have 2 different colors right next to each other. Or how it's easier for me to remember is the color to your right, you're going to switch back. So, and you see that gap there. See the difference in, that's what we need to close up. So from the back, I'm not turning my work, I'm just kind of rotating it forward. This is the white color, and this is the pink color. So we are going to we're going to make sure that this is lying back there behind your work. And we are going to take this pink color and we're going to cross it over to the right. You see? So again, the color that we're going to be switching to needs to be laying down. And this old color, the pink, we're going to put it towards the right. And I just hold it there against these loops with my finger. And then you're going to take your white, let me get untangled here, your white color, and pull it forward to be your new working color. So cross over, hold it there, pick that color up, and then we're going to bring it forward to be our new working yarn. And then on the back here, what you're going to do is you're going to give this just a gentle tug. And if you can see there, that's what they mean when they say lock the color in. Do you see? There's no more gap there. You don't want to pull it too tight because when you're doing graphs and patterns, it can start pulling in from the sides towards your image and distort the image. But I just like to give it just a good tug. So again, and then now we just leave that yarn there. So we're going to finish off the white section, pulling through 2, 2, and 2. And again, got 2 different colors, so we need to change. So again, from the back, this is the color that we're changing to. So we just lay it back there. We're going to cross this white one over. Okay. Here's our white one. We're going to cross it over, hold it there with our fingers, and then we're going to pick up our new color and then bring it forward. Okay, and you see there's still that gap there, so we're going to pull that white, give it a good gentle tug, lock it in, there's that word again, and then we're going to finish off our pink. Okay, and our last color change again. Get all my tails out of the way. This is the one that we're changing to, so you want that on the bottom. And then you're going to take this old color, the pink, and we're going to cross it over here. So from the back, cross it over, hold it there, pick up this white and cross it cross it over the front. So you get a right angle, what it kind of makes. Pull through those 2 loops, and then we're going to give it a good yank. And then finish off our last stitches. And then this is what it looks like from the front. It's not curling too bad. And then on the back, this is what it looks like. Okay, so we are going to do another row of the bobbin way. Okay, I went ahead and I added 4 of the white loops on here. So again, we're going to change color. So again, like before, we're going to drop our working yarn. Okay, see, drop it back there, move it to the side, out of the way. And then we're going to pick up our pink one. So again, that white one, it just goes to the side, just out of the way. We don't touch it until the pass back. So we're going to go under this pink bar with our pink. And then we're going to add 3 more loops. Okay, I went ahead and added the last 3 loops. And again, like before, we are going to just drop that yarn. Put it over there with the white one and don't touch it until the pass back. And then we're going to pick up our next white yarn. And then we're going to add 4 loops on there. Okay, there's our 4 white ones. And then again, like before, we're just going to drop our yarn. And then we're going to pick up our pink one. You can see from the back, this pink one for our last section. And then we're going to add 4 of those all the way to the end. And remember to go through those last 2 bars right there. Okay, we've got all 16 back on the hook. So what the back looks like. Again, with each of our past working yarns in their sections. So we're going to do our pass back. So we're going to pull up that first loop. And then we're going to pull through 2 until we get to the 2 colors on our hook. Again, remember this is where it tells you to color change. As with, you have your 2 separate colors right next to each other. So we need to switch back to the color that's on the right of the color we just did. So from the back, let's put this down here this way. So from the back, this is our new color that we need to switch to. So we're going to just leave that there and take the color that we just had, the pink one, and we're going to cross it over to the right and hold it there with our fingers. We're going to pull this yarn up. Okay. Again, new color. Just make sure that that's laying down. The color that we just used, we're going to cross it over to the right. And then just hold it there with our fingers. And then use that white to pull through these 2 loops. And again, on the back, you see that pink right there. We're going to pull that tail and give it a good tug. to lock that color in. Again, no gap. And then we're going to finish off our white until we get to the white and pink again. So here we go again with our color change. Peek out of the way. So again, from the back, you can tell I'm not a professional video taker, filmmaker. Like I've mentioned before, this is my first time doing anything like this, so quality of the video isn't too great, but I'm not looking here for a pat on the back for my videography skills. I even use that term correctly. So again, here we are. The new color that we need to switch to, just leave that tail down. Take our old color, and we're going to move it over here to the right. Just cross it over. Pull up this new color. And then pull through the two. And then we're going to give that good tug to tighten it and lock it in. And then we're going to finish our pink. Again, we're going to be switching to the color that's on the right side of the color that we just used. So again, from the back, we are going to zoom in here. Okay. We are going to make sure that the new color we're switching to, it's still laying down back here. Then we're going to take our color that we just used and we're going to cross it over. Okay. Cross it over. And then pick this one up towards you. And then pull through both colors. And then give that a tug. Tighten it up. Again, not too tight. And then finish off the last of our white. Okay, now that we've built up 2 rows of stitches, you can see that the images or the edges aren't distorted. I'll get to focus here. And there's no gaps. Gives you a good, clean look. And then on the back here, a lot of people use the bobbin way for blankets and such, something that they're not backing. It almost gives you a completely just seamless once you get everything weaved in, except for these little white things here. You can see. So the back of your work, your image is just reversed. It's not too badly distorted on the back of your work. Okay, so we're going to do the last 3 of the bobbin way. Another thing with bobbins, you need to make sure that you untangle them. I'm not an expert on bobbins. Like, as you can see, I'm pretty sure there's people out there cringing because I'm just using the embroidery little bobbin thread holders. There's a bunch of tips online though for what to use for bobbins and how to get them so that you don't get them tangled. I know a lot of people are using the clothespins that look awesome. And then some of them are clipping them to the back of like a chair. If you have like a chair with rails on it, they're clipping them to the back of that. So that way you can unclip it. You can unclip it and then just move it where you need to go instead of getting it all tangled up. Another thing I really like about Tunisian crochet is that you don't turn your work, so that you're not getting, just look at that mess right there, just with the bobbins from having to turn your work, back and forth, back and forth. So that's why I prefer it for graphing. So we're going to get started on this last row of the bobbin way and then move on to the carrying the yarn way. Okay, I went ahead and did my 4 white. Again, you drop it, move it out of the way, and then you're gonna pick up your pink from the back, behind, and we're gonna do our 4 pink. Okay, again, we're gonna drop our pink, move it over to the side, and then we're gonna pick up our white and go ahead and do our 4 of the white. Okay, another thing I wanted to show you guys, a lot of times doing the bobbin way, because you just have those end pieces hanging, sometimes you'll get a loose one on the pass back, and you just tug those back down onto your hook. And I have to say that I love that this piece is not curling as badly, because my projects that I do are horrible with the curling. It curls up so bad sometimes that I have to almost use my foot to hold down the edge just so I can see the top stitches and get some loops on the hook. And of course, I'm doing a sample piece here and it's not curling that bad. Okay, another yarn drop. And then we're going to add 4 of our last of our pink. Okay, got all 16 on here. And now we're out of focus. Let's see. Come on, focus. Okay, we're going to do our pass back now. So again, we're going to pull through our 1. And then pull all the way through to our white. Or I guess to the last pink. I'm so sorry that I'm crocheting out of screen here, but again, like I said, I'm not teaching you how to do the Tunisian crochet, just the color change part. Okay, again, here we are, a color change. So we're going to do this kind of like the top, if you're looking at the top of your work like I am. So again, here's our color that we're going to be changing to and the color that we just used, and we're going to cross that over. So again, cross it to the right. And then pick up this yarn from underneath it. So once you get the hang of this, it's not too confusing. You're doing it this way. Give that a tug, tighten that in. I know when I couldn't figure out from watching videos. Some of the YouTube videos, I'm sure it helped other people, but to me, they move so fast. But then once through trial and error, once I just finally, let's see if I do this, kind of thing, I had a big duh moment. So it's really not that hard. And I hope that this helps a lot of people. I know that I felt very overwhelmed confused and very frustrated when I thought about doing a graph in Tunisian crochet, or just trying to do anything in Tunisian crochet that you wanted to do a pattern in. So hopefully this helps ease some people's minds, helps you unstress, and get you started on all those projects that you've been drooling over like I have, and get you in the game. So here we come to another color change in the back of the work again. This is the color that we just used, and this is the color that we're changing to. So we're going to cross it over towards the right, pick up that pink, and turn that into our working yarn. Again, give that old color a good tug to tighten it. And as you can see here, where the color changes, there's no gaps. It's pretty uniform and seamless. We're going to finish off the pink part. Okay, this is our last color change for the bobbin way. So I'm going to do this a couple more times for you for the color change part before I sign off of this portion of the video. So again, color you're changing to is going to be on the right hand side. Old color, you're going to cross over the top part, so that part stays down. Okay, so new and old, cross it over, take your new yarn, your new color that you're changing to, and bring it up. Or I guess you can kind of say it's kind of like almost like if you're going to tie a knot, you just cross them over. See? Just switching places, basically. I'm going to laugh if that simplifies it more for people than this whole entire video has. So, okay, again, cross that pink over and hold it there with your finger or between these two fingers, whatever you're comfortable with. I do both. And then you're going to pick up that white yarn, pull through both colors, and then give that pink a nice tug, and then finish off your white. Okay, there we have our bobbin way of changing colors. And I also like Tunisian crochet for graphing because each stitch, if you can see right there, this is how there's a lot of debate I found online about where you count your stitches. I say that the stitch starts right here and then ends at the bar. Or I guess, so, your edge is a stitch. You got one, that's the starting of the stitch. And then it either ends or begins at one of these bars. So, and with the color change, you can see that better because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess it's a space in between the bars, but it creates a square just like on your graph. And then when we flip it to the back, now that we've built up some of our stitches, you can kind of see it clearly now how your project's going to look. Once you get all your little tails and stuff weaved in. It's the only bad part about Tunisian crochet is you can't crochet over your ends. So there is a lot of weaving in. So that is what your back looks like. And other than these, just your starting loops, when you first add it on your color. I mean, it's pretty seamless. The next way I'm going to show you is where you carry the yarn all the way through. I prefer that one just because I don't have to worry about bobbins or yarn really tangling up. Just 2 strands or 3 strands. It depends on how many colors you're doing for a project. I do pillows also, and so to me it gives you a messy back because you'll see when I show you it zigzags, and because I do pillows, I just leave my backs messy. And then I don't weave my ends in. I just tie them, in a knot. Because again, it's a pillow. No one's going to see it. Yeah, so this is great if you don't want to back, if you're doing a blanket or maybe like a towel or a scarf, something like that, and you don't want to back it. Then this option is great because each section, has its own piece of yarn, and you don't have to worry about weaving in just where you added your color and then when you're going to end your color. So I hope that this video has helped you. So thank you for watching. I hope I didn't waste anyone's time, and if I did, I sincerely apologize.